fancy a Persian rug? Well, here's some advice. If you want the finest, most ornate and color-rich example, you need one woven by the Qashqai, which, just in case it has slipped your mind, are those nomadic tribes from Iran. And, until a year or so ago, we considered the Nissan Qashqai the finest small SUV you could buy. Indeed, it won our coveted Car of the Year award back in 2014, until the Tekna came along and poked it off its perch. So, Nissan has given its soft rotor king a bit of a refresh in the hope of reclaiming the spoils. The general theme is evolution rather than revolution. The intention was to retain the Qashqai's many virtues, but add a more premium tang with styling tweaks outside and a new steering wheel, pleasure materials and reprofiled seats on the inside. Nissan says it's also added extra sound insulation and fiddled the suspension to improve the driving experience. And with the big push towards autonomous driving, the Qashqai will get, from spring 2018, adaptive cruise control that will steer as well as brake and accelerate for you, while an automatic emergency braking system will keep an eye out for pedestrians as well as cars. At the top of the range, there's also a new trim. It's called Tecna Plus and is the one we're focusing on here, along with the pokiest engine in the range, the 161 bhp 1.6-liter turbocharged petrol. Those looking for an alternative to diesel will find this 1.6 petrol a worthy option. Okay, it hasn't got an awful lot of guts in the lower reaches of the rev range, but keep it above 2000 RPMs and it pulls merrily and gets stronger all the way to the red line. It feels pretty nippy too. Although, despite being marginally behind on power, an Tekna 1.4 TSI 150 feels at least as quick, if not quicker. Work the engine hard and it makes its presence felt inside, but you can tar its rivals with the same brush. Besides, it's not an unpleasant noise and, when settled at a motorway cruise, the engine fades into the background. You'll be aware of a bit of wind and road noise at this point, but neither proves worrying even on a long journey, so the Qashqai remains one of the best insulated cars in the class. The 6-speed gearbox has a light change, but that's tarnished by a long throw and woolly gate. And couple the clutch pedal's slightly vague biting point with the engine's lack of low-end vigor, and this range-topping Qashqai isn't the easiest of cars to drive smoothly in stop-start traffic. Nor is it the most fun around corners. No, for driving pleasure in this class, you need to be sat behind the wheel of an Tekna or, even better, an Audi Q2, both of which turn into bends more incisively and corner flatter. That said, the Qashqai's steering is accurate, weights up consistently and stays light and easy to twiddle in town. Where the Qashqai beats its sportier rivals is comfort. It has always demonstrated a level of compliance that others struggle to match, and, even on our test cars Calypsy part machine polished, part black 19 in wheels, it irons out ripples and ridges better than an Tekna would. Only a particularly vicious pothole upsets its composure. This being the new top-spec Tecna Plus, it's really rather nice. The first thing that strikes you are the seats, which are trimmed luxuriously in soft Napa leather with 3D quilted stitching. Not only do they look good, they feel good too. The cushions offer great all-round support and, being fully electrically adjustable, including 4-way lumbar adjustment, you can tweak them endlessly to find the perfect position. When you're done, the standard memory settings mean you can recall it any time at the touch of a button. Despite some improvements, the 7.0 in Infotainment System is largely unchanged, but the new Bose sound system that's standard on this trim sounds punchy enough to please all but the most discerning audiophiles. The 1.6 petrol is available only with the top two trims and, while it is well equipped, Tecna Plus costs a hefty £22,250. To put that into context, a Tekna 1.4 TSI 115 top gel trim costs £4,000 less, and an Audi Q2 1.4 TFSI 115 S-Line trim is £2,000 less. To rub salt into the wounds, the Volkswagen Audi 1.4 is a more efficient engine, So if you want petrol power in the Qashqai, we'd suggest the 1.2 DT coupled with a more sensibly priced and connected trim. True, the 1.2 is quite a bit slower, but should still be suitable for most people's needs. In short, then, the Tekna remains the best package in the small SUV segment. But choose the right version and the Qashqai is still a fine alternative, especially if you value ride comfort over fun handling.
Kevin Smith, 49, hopes to take his wife on a drive to the major Spanish city in their newly converted Nissan ENV200 electric van. Smith transformed the people mover into a 4-berth camper van, complete with an extendable solar paneled roof. Inside the van is a double bed, drop-down flat-screen TV, toilet, cooker, fridge, storage units and even a thermostat. The extendable roof also allows for additional sleeping space if it is required. Powered entirely by solar and electric charge, the motor costs an impressive 0.02p per mile to run. At such a cheap rate, the couple predicts their round trip to Barcelona will cost them less than £50, some £250 cheaper than the cost of the same journey in a petrol car. Smith also owns an electric Nissan Leaf for everyday driving. With 2 electric cars and a house to power, you'd be forgiven for thinking Smith's power bill would be through the roof. But surprisingly, he pays just £650 annually for both gas and electric, including charging both his vehicles. Smith has managed to supplement his power costs by adding large solar panels to the roof of his home as part of a 2.6 kW solar power system. Motorhomes and camper vans are growing in popularity as UK housing prices continue to rise.
Imagine arriving at Bridgestone Arena to enjoy your 2017-18 Predator season ticket package behind the wheel of a 565 horsepower, Smashville-centric, beauty of an automobile. Preds fans can continue to bid on a one-of-a-kind 2017 Nissan GTR, complete with 2 2017-18 Predator season tickets riding shotgun. Dubbed Pradilla and debuted during Nashville's 2017 Stanley Cup playoff run, the GTR is complete with a custom paint job and graphics depicting the Predator's logo across the body of the car. Bidding remains open and can be made by texting Nissan to 52182. The current bid sits at $100,750 with all proceeds going to the Nashville Predators Foundation. For more information on 2017 GTR and the complete Nissan vehicle lineup, please visit www.nissannews.com.